So this video is coming from nowhere else but a place of love. Dead serious. So let's get into this. I'm going to make this video as great as possible, as real as possible, as understanding as possible. So buckle up. When it comes to life in general and relationships and all this hocus pocus stuff, right? You really don't need a relationship. You really don't need shit. But you do need yourself. I'm telling you right now, you don't need no relationship, but you need yourself. And you need your best self in order to actually have a relationship anyways. I'm not saying you can't have a relationship, but you don't need a relationship. A relationship is necessary, but it's not necessary at every point of your life. Because we all grow up being told, oh, you should have this, you should have that, you should have a relationship, you should do this, you should have it at this age, kids at this age, and all this stuff that's thrown at us, but we're never told to become better. People just think we should exist and that's good enough. The truth is, it's not good enough, because there's a lot of things a lot of people need to work on, and you should work on those things. You should. And it's all these weak-minded people that want to throw these things our way and say these things. We have to be the separators. We have to separate ourselves from these weak-minded people and actually put in some damn work. There's separators for a reason. There's people that is on different levels in this world for a reason. There's people that's down here, there's people that's here, there's people that's here, there's people that's here, there's people that's continue to go up. And you want to be that type of person that you continue to go up. You know? And you at least don't want to be down here, bro. You don't want to be down here. You don't want to be needing no relationship. It's like, man, one thing, like, yeah, the ideal relationship that's going to work out for you, it's a good thing, but it's like you don't need it, especially not when you're really young. Because when things went a certain way for me in relationships, when I clearly did not get my way, when things clearly just did not go over well, I didn't sit around thinking, oh my God, I need a relationship. Where is she? I need a relationship. No. I got hard as a rock. I became hard as a rock as a man. Slowly but surely, I just kept getting better and better and better and harder and harder and harder. And you should become the best man you can be. You should become the best father you can be. You should become the best woman and mother you can possibly be. Why wouldn't you? You think you're good enough just as you exist? That's what weak-minded people want to tell you. You're good at you're good as you are. You're perfect as you are. But you can always get better. Hearing shit like that is going to make you complacent. Hearing shit like that is going to make you soft. Just like them. You want to be soft? You want to mess everything up? You want soft children? Is that what you want? Because the real world that we're in now, that's not how it is. And regardless of anything, we have it so much better and easier and everything else up under the sun than the modern day gladiators used to have it. I'll tell you that right now. We used to just be fighting out there. We used to not have clothes. We used to not have everything. We used to have to fight for our food. People don't understand how soft the world is today. And it's a blessing that we do have everything that we have. But there's still a lot to be done, and the least we can do is get better as human beings. Don't believe that bullshit. Oh, you're perfect as you are. you know what? You are perfect as you are right now, but that version of you right now is insufficient next year at this time. You should be a completely different person 1 year from right now. You should have grown leaps and bounds. If not, that's an entire year wasted of your life. Of your life. Go check out my older videos a year back, 2 years back. You can't tell me I look the same. You can't tell me things are the same. You cannot do that. Because it's clear as day. And, you know, I was even a different person from like 2 years ago, from like 5 years ago. I had strength I had 5 years ago, probably more than I had 2 years ago from right now. Because I made certain sacrifices that was hard. I might not have looked the hardest, the strongest 2 years ago. Because I had vulnerable times that I had to go through in order to achieve certain things. I had to sacrifice. I had to suffer. I had to let certain things go. I had to cut money off. I had to do certain things in order to grow. And that sometimes you have to make sacrifices that necessary. For real. When other people would go in debt, when other people would do certain things to make their life better, I never went in debt once in my entire life. Not once. And I did everything the hard way, because I always believe that there are such little things that you should ever be going in debt for in this life. And I can probably name just about one thing that I'd ever go in debt for, and that'd be to buy a house. That's like the only thing. That's the only thing necessary. Because no one's going to buy a house. Unless you are a loaded, filthy, rich multi-millionaire. And that's what, 0.1.2% of the entire world? Most likely. But people go in debt for the most foolish things ever. And you know what? I easily could have went in debt. I easily could have made my life better when things were a little bit harder, but I sucked it up. I didn't have all the money in the world for food. I didn't have all the money in the world for certain things. I made sacrifices. I avoided debt. I did things the hard way. I took that path. Whereas a lot of people, they need to take the weaker, easier way out. You know what I mean? So there's certain sacrifices that are necessary to take on your journey. If you don't need something, you shouldn't get it. I didn't need to go in debt. If I did go in debt, it's because I wanted a better life at that moment, but I'm like, I don't need it. I do have everything I need, and I don't need extra at this moment. You know what? I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to suffer right now for the short term, because I know my time is coming, and it's only a matter of time. So I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And there you go. So, you know, there's a lot of necessary things that you should and shouldn't do in this life. A lot. And you can easily make yourself happy without the need of anybody else. You can gain everything yourself. You can do everything yourself and make yourself happy, and that's going to be 10 times more satisfying. That's going to be 10 times better than needing and having other people do it for you or be in your corner and stuff like this. You really come out on top by yourself. No one's hand was out for you. You really did it. That's ultra impressive. You're going to feel ultra accomplished. You're going to feel strong as an ox. And the world is at your fingertips. And this is how it really is. And a lot of people are not willing to go through that path. Most people, even in school today, they are in serious debt. Serious debt. They'll be slaving for the rest of their lives just paying off certain shit. And that's the life a lot of people live. I'm free as a bird, debt free. Bank account sky high, no debt. Ahead on everything. If I ever went in debt, if I ever needed debt, like I said, it'd be to buy a house. Because that is necessary. If you do need a house, if you do want to buy a house, that is. I don't even know my plans towards that yet exactly, because I just keep doing the right things right now. You know what I mean? You should really not be going in debt for anything much other than a house. You should not be going in debt for a vehicle. That's for damn sure. That is stupid. And you can't tell me you don't have enough money to buy a vehicle. If you have a job, you got your own business, you got your own income, you can buy a vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's a cheap one, if it's an expensive one. Whatever you can do at that time is what you should do. You can buy a vehicle for a couple thousand. You can buy a vehicle for less than that. You'll be just fine. Make that pretty quick. Get yourself a vehicle. Whatever you can do. And you just want to avoid debt, because when you go in debt, what you're really doing is you're going negative. You don't want to go that way. Unless you have something, like I said, as big as a house, because that is a pretty big goal. That is a pretty big thing. And that's if you can really pay that off. And you know for a fact you want to settle, you know for a fact that's what's going to happen, then I'd say, you know what, that'd be necessary to do. That's not that big of an issue. It's a big goal, big payment. But if that's what you want, if that's what you feel is going to happen, then yes, you're not going to buy a damn house. You're going to go in debt and you're going to get a house. So, but that's that. You just got to be smart overall, guys, in life is what you really need to do, and stop listening to so many of these soft people that's going to make your life miserable. Do you guys realize that most of these people that are preaching all this bullshit, their lives are miserable? They'll never admit it, but it is. They're so far in debt. They're so far behind. They take on all these things that they don't think about how hard it's going to be until they do it. They have all these kids. They do all these things. Their stress is out the window. They probably start to smoke. They probably start to do this and start to do that, and their health goes down the drain. They age not like fine wine. They age like a banana. They turn black and they turn brown real easily, real fast. And that's just not the way of life. You can stay healthy. You can stay fully energized, energetic. You can stay young. You can stay youthful. You can stay happy. You can stay positive. You can stay healthy. You can stay vibrant and good looking and fresh skin. You look fresh for your age. Like, you can do all these things. You don't have to be in debt. You can have money sky high for your bank account. You can take that way of life and not take this stupid ass weak way of life that most people want to put on you, is what I'm trying to preach in this video. So you want to listen to the truth, or you want to listen to all that hocus pocus bullshit? Because look at them. What did they do? You think they did it good? You think they're good parents? Anybody can be a parent. Anybody can be a mother. Anyone can be a father. But are you a good mother or father? But are you really? Are you really giving your kid the best life possible? You can lie to me. You can lie to anybody else. You can lie to your children. But you can't lie to yourself. And only you know that. And you know what? You can't even lie to a person like me either. If you show me your actions, if you show me what's going on, I'll know. And other people will know too, if they're any bit aware, how good of a parent you really are. So, and you know what? Even if you're not the best parent, you know what? Some people make mistakes. Some people have kids, unfortunately. And you know what? And you might not have been planning, but you know what? You do have the power to become a better parent in the process of being a parent right now. You do. You can start to improve yourself. You can start to learn. You can start to learn how to take better care of yourself, which is going to take better care of your kids. You take better care of your kids, they're going to be stronger individuals. They're going to be more aware individuals. And everything will be better. You don't want to raise no soft children that they were not given anything they needed. They needed a lot more than they were given. And you know what? I believe all parents should put themselves in a position where they can give their children the world once they have them. And I don't mean spoiled rotten like material-wise and shit like that. I just mean from the heart, from the soul. They're given everything they need to stay healthy, to start to pursue things at a young age, what they really want to do. Learn about your kids. Do great things for them. Give them the world in that sense. Like the world is their oyster. Now they can go out into the world and be the best versions of themselves, be happy, find happiness, find peace, and achieve certain things that they are destined to achieve. All these things must take place. You can't just think about yourself, because some people have kids for the most selfish reasons. Some people want to have kids to make themselves happier. What you're doing it wrong. You don't have kids to make yourself happier. You know, you can get some happiness from having kids. You can feel fulfillment from that. But you have to be aware of them too. You have to always know in your mind that you have to do what is best for your kids even before yourself. When you have them, they are a huge priority. You still have to make yourself a priority too, but they become a huge priority. You don't just have kids to make yourself happy, like you're buying some pet for entertainment to make you happy. That's what pets are for, not kids. And even then, you still gotta give your own pets love, which you should. But kids are different, man. When you have your children, it's different. You really have to give to them like you've never given anything else in your entire life, because you want what is best for them. You don't want them growing up with messed up lives. You want to give them everything you were never given. That is the motivation. That's what you have to see through. And like I said at the start of this video is coming from a place of love. This is nothing but truth. Nothing but truth. So you can take this or you can leave this, but at the end of the day, only you know what you're doing. And you have to do what is best for your family. And yourself too, of course, but not just you, because you're not the only one that exists. You're doing what's best for you. You completely forgot about your kids, and you can lie and say, no, I haven't, but look at your actions. You're not doing what's best for them. You're doing what's best for you, and I can't stand to see the parents out there today that are having kids for their own selfish needs. Like they're having the kid for their own fulfillment, and they're not going to treat their kids how they should be treated at all. And it's just complete bullshit, because when you have them, you should have the mindset that you're going to be the best parents you can be to your own children. And you know what? Your own children are going to grow up someday to know exactly who you are, whether you think so or not. Every single child out there is going to grow up this way. And they will see the truth of who you are. So you better be good parents. You better be. Because they will know. Trust and believe. They will. So, stop being so soft and make yourself happy first. Because if you make yourself happy first, and not just happy, but a stronger individual overall, a more well-rounded, established human being, that has good values, morals, integrity, respect, self-respect. You have everything. If you level up as a person, you'll not only do greater things for yourself, but for your family as well. That's why these things are very important. It's not important to find a mate out there in this world that you barely even know, and you're having kids with this guy or this girl so fast. You guys haven't worked on yourself at all. You took the young and dumb approach. Stupid. Stupid. Get your shit together first, and then you can do what you want to do. I'm out.